Okay, my beautiful, beautiful ring that I just got. Oh my God, obsessed. So obsessed. So I used to wear this little gold diamond ring that my mom gave me a long time ago. And I always wore it. Now I get to replace it with my engagement ring. She's gorgeous. Funny story. I actually got a little cut on my head because the other day I was doing my hair and like rushing to get ready. I'm like the most clumsy person. Also, this is a mess, so don't pay attention to that. I was standing like right here and I was putting all my stuff away, and then I like closed the door fast and I smacked my head. I smacked my head so hard. We're dealing with that. So the cat is out of the bag. We are engaged. I've honestly like never been readier. Like, I'm so glad it took 3 years for us to get engaged. I mean, I feel like ever since day one, we've known that something was special about the way that we were together. I feel like I've always known that he was the one. You know, he came into my life at such a vulnerable state, I would say. And it was just something that was like so exciting and so new and just exactly what I needed. I actually have known Max for, I'd say like 8 years or so. I was introduced to him by my cousin who is married to his brother. And you know, at first it was, I'm gonna try the Mary Phillips method today. And so we've known each other for a very long time. Our families have kind of met, gotten to know each other. You know, I think it was literally perfect. Like, the way that it was and the way that it started was perfect. It made everything so easy because we knew each other. So immediately I trusted him, and I think he immediately trusted me. Obviously we didn't like know each other that well, but we just trusted each other right off the bat. I feel like trust is such a hard thing to have and to find. Before Max, I was in a really long-term relationship for like 6 years, and there was absolutely no trust. Like, I just didn't trust him. And it was, you know, I'm very thankful that I went through all of the stuff that I went through with my last relationship, but I'm so grateful that I learned that trust is just like so important, because it is. It is just literally the most important thing that people can have. Like, you need to trust the person that you're with. And so right off the bat, we trusted each other. I mean, to an extent, right? That was something that I don't think I've ever had with someone. And he was just so open and honest and just like perfect. I was just like, wow, how, you know, like, and I went into the relationship thinking like, I'm just gonna like date around, I'm gonna be crazy, I'm gonna like have fun and, you know, do all these things. But, you know, I think I'm really glad I didn't. I'm really glad I stuck to cultivating this relationship with Max, because clearly everything's going great. So yeah, that's kind of how it started. We've known each other for multiple years, finally started to date. We had been dating for about 3 years. I knew right off the bat, like, he was the one. I would say it took like maybe a year to know that like, wow, this is really it, because he immediately moved away with me. I mean, he like, well, I had moved away and we did long distance for like 3 to 4 months. When I was in Colorado, living over there, he was like, hey, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, if you stay here, I can't move with you. If we move somewhere else, I could go with you somewhere that's like a little bit cheaper. Because he works remote, so he has to travel a lot, and Colorado just wouldn't work for him. And so I made the decision to work at Los Alamos, and, you know, we lived in Albuquerque, and he just took it very seriously right off the bat. And that was something that I wasn't familiar with. Like, I I was like, after 6 years with my ex-boyfriend, I literally felt like he didn't take our relationship seriously. So immediately I was like, wow, someone actually is taking what I want seriously, and like taking me seriously and taking us seriously. And it was just something that was so amazing that I was like, how can I say no, you know? I kind of bugged him a lot about it, honestly. And to the point where I was like, okay, I'm like irritating myself because I'm just like so excited and I just like want to get married so bad. But one thing that we had always talked about was the fact that like marriage really doesn't change much, besides like he will always be committed to me, and he is committed to me even if we're married or not. And so that was something that really opened my mind and like opened my perspective. And I'm really glad that he showed me that, you know, he is committed to me even without a ring. It's like the same thing with me. Like, I know that I'm fully 100% committed to him even if we're married or not. And so it was really great to kind of be in that phase for that time being, because that's what we needed. You know, that was where we were at. And it, like, looking back at it, I'm so glad that we didn't like rush any more than we already are. Anyways, let me tell you our engagement story. So this is actually really funny and really funny. But so Max and I had been talking about, you know, marriage, I would say for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, like progressively talking more and more about marriage and like what we want and like how we don't want to do things normal. Like, we want to kind of be out of the box and like do things differently than everyone in our family and just kind of everybody. Max is a very like extravagant guy. Like, he loves to travel. He loves to take me to fancy dinners and like do things that are really amazing that I've never experienced before. I knew that if he was going to propose to me, he wasn't going to do it in our hometown. Like, I knew he wasn't. So with that being said, I was like, okay, it's going to be a vacation. So for the last like 2 vacations, I've packed a white dress because I was like, okay, I have to wear this. If he's going to propose, I'm going to have to wear this dress because, you know, I want it to be perfect. So obviously I was like overthinking it for like a long time, and I was just like super excited. Like, I was just really excited to start this new journey and, you know, call in my husband and just like actively start something new. Be with this person for the rest of my life, because obviously it's such a dream. Like, it's literally the biggest dream in a girl's life is getting married. And I've known that I want to get married for a long time. I mean, of course I've like questioned it. I've been like, well, I don't need to get married, but I knew deep down in my heart, I want to be a wife. Like, I want to potentially have kids. I'm okay with the idea of not having kids, but at the same time, I kind of think I would be good at it. We made the decision that we were going to get engaged, and I had been like showing him engagement rings for a long time. But I knew that he's a very particular guy, and I think he has a lot of like confidence, and that's what makes me love him so much. Like, he's very sure of all of his decisions and what he wants in life. And so I kind of knew that he wasn't gonna take my opinion, and I'm honestly very glad. When deciding which ring he was gonna pick for me, I was just waiting for it to happen. And he's not like in a rush, right? Like, he's just gonna take his time to like find the ring and find the right place and blah, blah, blah. Well, we went on our trip to Mexico, and that was so amazing. And all of our family like bugged the crap out of him that trip. And like, at that point we knew we were gonna get engaged, but I just didn't know when. And so he was getting bugged and bugged and bugged about getting engaged, and I knew he had been looking for a ring. I didn't know if he had picked one yet or like what the holdup was, but I knew it was coming. I didn't know when. So then fast forward a couple days, we've been back from Mexico for like 2 weeks, and Max and I are in the car, and he's just basically really excited. Like, I could tell something was like very exciting for him. And I just like, I didn't know. I was like, well, what is it? And he was like, oh, I got you like the best gift. You're gonna love it. Like, I just hope you really like it. And of course in my mind, I'm like, I wonder what he got me. Like, did he get me like he really likes like watch it. I was like, what did he get me? Like, I wonder what he got me. Like, I don't know. I knew it was a ring, but at the same time, I didn't want to like jinx myself into like being like, oh, it's a ring. And then if it happened to not be a ring, I would have been upset. So I was just like, what is it? Then we got home and he was just like, oh, I'm so excited. I want to show you something. And I was like, show it to me. Like, I just want to see. And so then he showed me this gorgeous ring right here. It is so beautiful. And he picked it out all by himself. And he did such a spectacular job. I'm so glad he didn't go with any of my choices of rings. I knew I always wanted something simple. I didn't want something too crazy. So he showed me the ring, and of course I was just like, oh my God, because we really don't like keep secrets from each other. Like, we tell each other everything. Like, I have told him my deepest childhood secrets that I've never told anybody. Like, he knows everything about me, and like, he accepts me fully and I accept him, so it's just so hard to keep a secret. So I knew, like, I was just like, oh my God. And so, you know, it was supposed to come in 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, what are we doing? Like, do you have a plan? Hi. What are you doing? You finished? The whole thing? Can you close the door and get the dog out?
Okay, you've been booted. You've been scooted and booted. Come on.
Love you.
I love you.
I was like, okay, like, I'm expecting to get engaged to in the near future. So I was like, okay, when's it gonna happen? Like, what's gonna happen? And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but we had literally a trip scheduled every single like month. We'd just gotten back from Mexico in February. It was probably March. And so we had March free, but then I think Max was busy with work during March. April we have Vegas, and then June we had something scheduled. Max had to go pick up some projectors or something in June in Arizona, and then we have a wedding in June too in Colorado. So we just like have a fully booked schedule. So I was like, well, what are we gonna do? Like, where are we going? You know, are we planning a trip? And at that point we were kind of just like, well, you know, I knew he was gonna want to do it somewhere crazy. Like, I know we had talked about going to Japan. I think we would have had to delay getting engaged for a long time. And so flat out, I just told him, I was like, I'm okay with something really simple right now. I really want this ring like as soon as possible. And of course, like, I didn't tell him right away. So I was just really excited. I was like, are we planning a trip? Like, how are you gonna do this? But obviously he didn't want to tell me. But I knew a ring was in. I knew a ring was coming, and I knew we were gonna get engaged. So then fast forward, the ring, you know, we had been talking about it. Obviously I was like so excited. So I just kept bringing it up. I was like, well, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And he was just like, well, I don't know, because, you know, we have all these trips scheduled in the near future. I was like, I guess, you know, well, I don't want to wait too long. And he's like, well, it'll happen this year. And I'm like, it can't, like, I want it now. And so obviously you can't like show me the ring and then be like, haha, I'll give it to you in 3 months. Like, no, homie, like, we're doing this now. We had the conversation about going traveling either to Italy or Japan, and I knew that that was where he was gonna do it, and that's where he really wanted to do something special. But financially, I was just like, you know what, let's save that money and let's just like do something between us and make it work. And so the ring got in, and I was just so excited. I was like, let me see it, like, let me try it on, obviously. So I tried it on, and I was like, well, can't we just like, can this just be us getting engaged? Like, we're both fully ready, and I don't care to have like a crazy spectacular thing. You know, we can take the pictures another day. We're just like, I'm ready. And he was like, if that's what you want and you feel comfortable doing that, then that's what we'll do. And so technically, like, that night we got engaged in our kitchen, and it was just such a beautiful moment between us two. And I knew that I didn't want to announce it to everybody. I knew I was gonna kind of like keep it on the DL. I told my family, of course, but I hadn't told everybody because I really wanted some photos. And yeah, so a week later, we ended up going to visiting our best friends in Arizona, and we went to this beautiful Japanese garden and we took some beautiful photos, and he basically proposed over again. That was all that I just wanted a photo. And so if you haven't seen those photos and the video, you got to go check out my Instagram. You know, we just had a good time. We just went and celebrated and took some photos, and he still said the most kindest words to me, and he was just like, I don't know, something that was super special between both of us. I know it's like unconventional, but in reality, like, we've always kind of wanted to be unconventional. Like, everything that we've done, we've been like, let's not do it this way, let's do it the different way. And that's just worked for us. We made the decision to save our out of the country trip for our wedding in September 2023 in Italy, and we're so excited. The search process has gone good. We've already booked the villa that we're staying at. It is a beautiful, beautiful place, and we're actually able to have 29 people stay on site with us, and they'll hold the ceremony there, and it's just gorgeous. And so yeah, we're getting married, and I'm so excited because we're just having it very intimate and just our closest friends and family. I don't know, my whole thing was like, I want to have people that have known me my whole life, or for the most part, you know, and that literally, like, if I accidentally like poop my pants walking down the aisle, they would help me, they wouldn't laugh at me. So I wanted like that group of people there, like the ones, you know. And I think I'll make another video showing you the venue, because I can just go on about it and how amazing it is. So yeah, that is our engagement story. We're just having a blast, and I'm really trying to take in all the like being engaged, because it's a place that I'll never be again. I'll be married, which is crazy. You know, Max and I have talked about it, and we're like, it's crazy how so much changes for a girl. Literally, like, everything changes. Like, I have to change everything because my name is gonna change. My name, I get like this beautiful ring on my finger. There's just like a lot of changes. Not that much changes for a guy. Like, he still is committed. He doesn't get the ring yet. You know, his name's not changing. So that's probably why I've been so excited to get engaged, because I'm like, I'm ready, like, bring it to me. I just kind of wanted to open up to you guys about our story. It's very unconventional, and you guys will probably disagree with it, but it is perfect for us, and we're so excited. You guys need to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you follow along with me on this journey. I am in my bridal era, and I am so ready for it. I don't think I've ever been more ready. The stir-fry sauce from Whole Foods, and it's so good.
Trying a new setting. It's called automatic mode.
Don't make fun of me.
Eating instructions. Tear open pouch. Place dumplings in steamer.
You want to talk about our engagement story?
Our engagement story?
I already gave the gist of it, but what's your side of it? Let's hear your story.
Like what part?
Oh, whatever.
All
Whatever
of it?
you want to share.
Well, initially I wanted to do something grand.
You what?
I wanted to do something grand.
Like what?
I don't know, like go somewhere cool, like out of the country. I really wanted to go back to Japan and then tie it all into that.
But then what happened? We made the decision together.
But then we kind of like started pre-planning a wedding in September.
which means that it's hard to go to Japan and also all these other places all within a 6-month period while we have dogs that we have to take care of.
And you were very excited to show me the ring. But you couldn't wait because I was.
Well, yeah, but that was like what I wanted to do before.
But it's okay.
I need to try on the ring. I need to try it on so it fits. And like, I'm not taking it off now. This is now mine.
I just didn't want to take it off. Like, how could I? Look at it. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I get so nervous about losing it now that I'm like always feeling my hand.
Insurance.
I know. We have insurance on it. Wave directions. Cut. Heat and weight. Open. Cut one corner of the pouch. Place pouch on high heat for 1 minute and 40. This is the key ingredient. And then I like to pour this all up in there. So good. How is it? Fine?
They're fine.
Not as good as the Walmart or the reviews.
I mean, like, if you've never gone to like a restaurant and gotten like good dumplings,
I like that. I've never gotten good dumplings. That's why I always tell you, I want to go get.
I mean, this is like a. You had dumplings.
No.
It's like what a pot sticker is. You're making a mess. It just like shot this juice in my nose. Ugh. That felt nasty. I get shot way up in my nose. We probably eat a lot of air every day.
Well, I hope you enjoyed cooking dinner with us. We are going to the Las Cruces Film Festival and we're gonna go hang out at the theater. This is a really simple, semi-healthy meal. Love ya.